Hey there, it's David. Welcome to Season 2 of Island Hopping. If this is your first time tuning into Island Hopping, please go back to Season 1 and start with the first episode, The Rules. Island hopping isn't time sensitive, it's timeless. And this journey is best experienced from the beginning. As we begin today, I want to invite you to be like a child and use your imagination. If you're able, get comfortable. Close your eyes and imagine with me. If you're driving, keep both hands on the wheel and your eyes open. Imagine that you're on the deck of a luxury yacht. The ocean is a beautiful teal color and the sky is deep blue. The sun is shining and there's a very calm but soothing breeze blowing. It's the perfect day. Not too hot and not too cold. In the distance, you can see an island, and it's obvious that your yacht is heading right toward it. As you approach, you can see the palm trees and the white sand beach. You can hear birds singing and you can feel a rush of anticipation building in your soul. What is this island? And what would it have to offer if I took the time to explore it? Your yacht drops its anchor, and the captain announces that this is where you're going to be disembarking. She tells you that this will be your new home for a while. But she assures you that whenever you're ready, your yacht will return to pick you up. You ask her, "What is this island? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? How will I get in touch with you when I'm ready to leave this island?" She simply smiles and reassures you by saying, "All in good time." All you need to focus on is being right here, right now. The rest will take care of itself. It's in this moment that you have to decide. You ask the captain, "What if I don't want to go to this island?" The captain smiles and says, "The choice is yours, of course. I can take you right back to where I picked you up. But I have to say that every single person that has made the decision to go on this island hasn't regretted it. The fear that you're feeling right now is perfectly normal, for you know that this decision means some kind of change in your life." The captain continues, "So I guess I need to ask you, what do you have to lose? And what do you have to gain? You either stay right where you are, which is the life that you know, the very life that prompted you to come this far on your journey, or you take a step of faith into something new, with all of the possibility and opportunity that it holds. You pick yourself up, fears in hand, questions in hand, insecurities in hand, but also possibility in your mind and opportunity in your mind, and you take a bold step forward. You walk down the gangway, and the next thing you know, you're standing on that white sandy beach. You can see the birds that you have been hearing all this time. You can feel the breeze as it blows through the palm trees. And you have an amazing rush of excitement. It starts at the top of your head and flows down over you to the tips of your toes. You even shiver a little bit. You turn around and your yacht is sailing away toward the horizon. You've done it. You've shown up. And showing up is sometimes the hardest thing to do. Let the journey begin. Let's go island hopping. I need something. Healing, connection, meaning, forgiveness, etc. I have a hole in my life that I haven't been able to fill on my own. This is the island where it all starts. You were born on this island, and sadly, too many will spend their entire lives on this island. You came out of your mother's womb sin-stained, living in a sin-stained world. For me, sin is best understood as anything that separates you from God. Thus, at birth, when you breathe your first lungful of Earth's oxygen and you let out your first cry, you were crying because your soul knew that it was separated from God. You realized that you had a hole in your life, and the rest of your life, my life, all lives for that matter, are nothing more and nothing less than the pursuit to fill that hole. What's this hole in your life all about? The hole in your life is that time and that place when you wake up, not physically, but emotionally and spiritually. And you realize that there has to be more to life than what you are and have been experiencing. You don't know what this more is, but you know that there has to be more. And you know that you have to find out just exactly what this elusive more is all about. You can no longer ignore it. You can no longer chalk it all up to youth or insecurity. You have to answer this longing, this need to find the more that you know life contains. This is your life journey. It's your journey to be.
What makes me truly happy? Accomplishments. Anytime that I have any type of a project and I accomplish it, it makes me feel really great. Anytime that I plan a vacation and actually go on it and enjoy the vacation, that makes me happy. Making my family together also is an accomplishment, and that makes me happy as well. Anything that I look forward to and I lay down the groundwork to push forward on it makes me happy.
You will try, and probably have already tried, many things in your pursuit to fill this hole in your life. Maybe you've tried some kind of artistic expression in order to fill the hole in your life. Maybe you've tried making more money in order to fill the hole in your life. Maybe you've tried romantic relationships in order to fill the hole in your life. Every single one of us tries stuff, education, addictions, and even relocation in order to fill the hole that all of us know is in our lives, in order to find the elusive more that we all know is out there somewhere. Yet all of your efforts have been to no avail, because here you are with a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. Yes, you have achieved and will continue to achieve moments in your life when you think you've arrived. You'll believe that you have finally found the more that you have been seeking, only to wake up after a short amount of time realizing that there's still something that's missing in your life, that you still have a hole that you haven't been able to fill on your own. You have and you will read books and blogs about anything and everything that gets marketed as being your hole filler. So many people in the name of profit will tell you what you're missing in your life. In fact, you're most likely listening to these very words right now hoping that I will help you fill that hole in your life. That island hopping will give you the more that you just can't seem to find on your own. Well, welcome to the party. We're all so glad that you finally acknowledge that you have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. And smile, for you're in very good company. Every human being that has ever lived and will ever live has and will experience this island. The trick is, and will always be, this. Are you willing to claim it and do something about it?
Whenever I feel like there's a hole in my life, the way that I always think about filling it in is I either need someone to love or be loved by someone. I need a spiritual fulfillment, which means that I need to pursue my relationship with Jesus more. Or I need to find a way that I can help other people. That's how I fill the hole in my life. You hear a lot of people say that they are what they do. An engineer will tell you engineering's his life, or whatever. Helping people is what I've always wanted to do. I've had a lot of great occupations, but unless I'm helping people, they mean very little. So that's how I fill the hole in my life.
Trying to fill the hole in your life, trying to find that elusive more that you know is out there somewhere, is what separates us from animals. No squirrel has ever sat around in a tree thinking that there has to be more to life. And please understand, that's not a knock on squirrels. Every human has been created with an understanding of the more of life. Each of us, because of sin, has a hole in our lives that we haven't been able to fill on our own. From birth, all of us have instinctually known that there is more to life, and each of us pursues this elusive more with everything that we are and everything that we have. Knowing that there's something more to life, that you have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own, is the very reason why we have art, literature, music, and yes, even religion. For these pursuits all represent humanity's attempt to find the more of life that we all seek. But alas, they all fall short of the mark. See, art, literature, music, and religion are very good at describing life without more. Very good at illustrating and highlighting the human search for whatever will fill the hole that we all have in our lives, along with the poetic license to dare to dream of what our lives could be like with more, with our hole filled. Love lost, bygone times, love gained, youth rediscovered, the battle between good and evil, these are all popular themes. But all of this falls short in helping us obtain that elusive more. All of this falls short of filling the hole that we have in our lives. Art, music, literature, and religion all speak to our very souls in a deep and profound way. They serve a very important purpose in life. They give us the words, the music, and the outlet to express our longing, our searching. Art, music, literature, and religion connect us to one another and to the universe in a very powerful play. They give us words and images, a melody and a perspective for our journey. Yet where art, literature, music, and religion leave off, only relationship can pick up.
Yes, I did have a hole in my life, a big one. And what I did for myself, and this is very emotional, but what I did for myself is I stood in the window, the big window in our living room when I was alone, and I sang and I praised God. And I trusted Him to help me through the persecution that I was having in my marriage. And He delivered me. So in the name of Jesus, I thank Him and praise Him for everything that He did for me. But that's how I moved through it, was giving thanks and praise and singing to God despite the circumstances.
The more that you're seeking to fill the hole in your life isn't about what you do or your accomplishments. For you will never find more, you will never fill the hole in your life by making and attaining bigger goals. The hole in your life will never be filled by stuff or anything that you do. Your hole can and will only be filled by living out who you are, in relationship with the one who made you who you are. Spoiler alert, this fact is actually the more that you have been looking for all of your life. You aren't an accident. You're not here because everything that needed to be in order to create you and sustain you just happened to come together by chance or luck. Life is the product of intelligent design, and the intelligent designer has given you life in this time and in this place. Yet because of our sin-stained nature and the sin-stained world that we live in, we are separated from the intelligent designer. Thus, we have a hole in our lives that we haven't been able to fill on our own. This hole can't be filled by anything you do. It can only be filled by who you are. Who are you? You're a child of God, fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. with gifts and talents and a soul that makes you uniquely you. There's never been anyone just like you, and there will never be anyone just like you. You're one of a kind. The reason why you were created as one of a kind has nothing to do with worldly things like wealth or power or fame, for all of these are merely human, worldly constructs. The reason why you were created as one of a kind is to be in relationship with the one who created you, and to be in relationship with the other one-of-a-kinds all around you. For relationship is the key.
What makes me happy in life? I don't know if I have a good answer for that one. I think things that make me happy in life are knowing that others are doing well and that I'm able to help them in some manner, not from a aspect of it was me, I did it kind of thing, more of that you're helping them achieve whatever their goal would be. Could be in life, could be in the moment, could be whatever. But knowing that you're helping them along the way is, I would say, those are the things that make me happy.
Your life isn't about what you can get. Your life is about who you are. In order to fully appreciate this reality, pay attention the next time you attend a memorial service. Either during the service or before or after the service, people will share stories of the one who has died. These stories will not be of promotions or degrees or job titles. These stories will not be about what the deceased did, but about who the deceased was. Yes, the stories will be about stupid songs that they always sang, or how many times they got lost on vacation, or that gross food that they always loved to eat, all of which are examples of what they did. But these stories are merely illustrations, shared to remind all of us left behind of who this person really was. These simple stories of life are uniquely personal and yet profoundly critical in defining someone's being. Not their career or their bank accounts or their degrees, for stuff like that isn't truly important. These accomplishments, these doings, describe what someone did, not who they were. Doing simply isn't the story of anyone's life. Doing is simply the personal and professional destinations that have been achieved. Doing isn't the essence of anyone's being.
Definitely remember as I was growing up after college and my first job that I had a hole, and I ended up finding a book about positive thinking and praying and looking at the Bible verses and memorizing Bible verses. And I did that. And at the time, I was not particularly religious, and it helped me. And I was totally amazed. And I realized that it was God, and He was working in me and through me. But I wasn't totally ready to accept that yet. It took many years later until I had a 4-year-old little boy to get him baptized and go back to church. So it took years, but the seed was always there.
The more that you seek, the hole in your life that you long to fill can only be found and filled through the personal journey of discovering who you are. Discovering that life isn't about being understood, but about understanding. Understanding yourself. Understanding what will fill that hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. Understanding the value of you, not as defined by others and not as defined by what you do, but as defined by the one who created you. In other words, being a complete you right here, right now, also known as being perfect. As opposed to living a life demanding that everyone understand you, living a life of it's all about me, a life that's constantly trying to mold the entire world into your image. May we all seek to understand as opposed to being understood. This island is about the simple confession that you need something, that you have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. This hole is a metaphor for the more that you know is out there somewhere. Yet this island is about so much more than simply a confession. That's a good place to start, but a confession without a plan of action is nothing more than a fairy tale or a nursery rhyme that you tell yourself over and over and over again. Your plan of action will come. At this point, it's vital that you're merely able to embrace the reality that you have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. This is where you start. Can you make this confession? I'm not asking you to merely agree with the possibility of this confession. I'm not asking you to simply acknowledge that this confession could be a reality in someone's life. I'm asking you to embrace this confession for your life. For nobody ever looks for something until they realize that they want it. So again, can you make this confession? I invite you between now and the next episode of Island Hopping to contemplate the possibility and the opportunity of a confession that you have a hole in your life that you haven't been able to fill on your own. Are you willing to open that door? Are you willing to disembark your yacht to live on this island? After all, showing up is sometimes the hardest thing to do. So until next time, when we will discuss the fact that your to-do list isn't who you are, I'll be praying that you make the decision to show up.
Okay.
Hey there, it's Don Cullen. Island Hopping is a production of Journey to Be Ministries and is sponsored by Beneva Christian Church. You can find Beneva Christian Church on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as their other website, benevachristian.com. If you'd like to contact my brother-in-law, David Miller, just drop him an email at islandhoppingpodcast@gmail.com.